Hello, and welcome back to Double Booked, where two friends turn their literary rants into a podcast. I'm Kayla.
And I'm Mallory. And today, it's time to go into part 2
It's time.
of Kingdom of Ash. We're here.
Insane. I can't
Never
believe
thought we'd
we're
get
here.
this far.
I honestly, there were times where I didn't think we were going to get this far. Like, planning out the episodes, and we were like, okay, we'll finish this in June. I'm like, what?
There's
We
no
started this in
way.
February.
We
Like,
did?
it was crazy.
What
I
have we
think,
been
yes,
doing
that
for
was on
4
our
months?
That was when we had our first episode. So yeah. Started with book 1.
Wow. No,
I know.
I feel like we started it in March. We did the first episode, but we did Onyx Storm, and we did 2 episodes on that.
Oh, you're right. I was thinking this was the first book we did on the podcast, but you're right. We did Onyx Storm first.
Still,
Correct.
like 3.5 months or something. That's a long time.
That's crazy. Yeah. How long did it take you when you first read these?
Much longer.
Really?
It took me a long time. I feel like I started it in April and I finished in like September. It took me a long time. And I read other stuff in between because it took me a long time to get interested and actually finish them. Especially like with this and the tandem read, I think it took me 2 months. Like the rest of them I kind of read kind of quickly. But yeah.
Yeah. No, this is a beast. 984 pages.
At that point, just like figure out a way to get to 1,000. Like, come on, you're almost there.
That was too much. 1,000 is way too much.
980 is too
but yeah,
much.
so
if you ask me.
Yeah, so we've covered part 1. So we are moving on to part 2 of the book, which starts on page...
It's like more than halfway in.
I know it's in the 500. Yeah, it is. It's over halfway. Starts on page 589. Yeah, chapter 68. Gods and Gates. Which, I was hoping we would see a gate.
Some gods did show up.
The whole series.
It's true.
It's true.
Oh my gosh.
So, yeah, but it's coming to a close. I can't believe it's over. I have a lot of thoughts and emotions and things. But yeah, it's been a journey. But first, let's do our updates. You got any updates, food or non-food?
I went to the beach this past weekend for a wedding. And at one point, I was in your state, and even though you're like 4 hours away still from where I was, you were so close.
It's true.
But it's okay. I thought about abandoning my plans and just taking a trip, but I did not. I'll see you soon enough.
Yeah, just skip the wedding.
Just skip it.
Skip the wedding and come
I didn't know many of those people. But it's fine.
It's true.
Yeah, for this wedding.
I wish you would have.
It was a friend of my boyfriend who got married, and so I only knew the groom, and I met the bride on Friday. I didn't really know anybody else who was involved, so I was pretty much excited to just like have a little glass of wine, put on a cute dress, and just fade into the background and people watch. That did not happen.
Yeah.
I was busy.
Oh no.
They put me to work. Like, I offered to help because I was just kind of hanging around all day at the venue on Saturday. Someone showed up with a steamer, and I steamed every article of clothing that was in that building. I was like on my hands and knees, like on the floor, steaming bridesmaids' dresses, steaming pants, steaming random guests' shirts. Like, I
Oh
was
no.
steaming so much stuff.
Random
Yeah,
guess.
just like anyone was like, "Hey, can you steam this?" And I'm like, "Whatever, why not? I'm here with the steamer."
The steamstress, they should
That
call
was
you.
me, the steamstress. It was true. And I'm just hunched over the steamer and I'm full steam and it's like 80 degrees where this
Oh
building
yeah.
is, and like my hair was completely fuzzy and curly like all over the place, and
Oh,
like I
yep.
looked like an insane mess. But whatever. The people were all very nice and I liked the bride and groom very much. Happy to help, but it's just not what I was expecting. They did, though. They
That's
did
funny.
offer to do my hair. They had a girl there doing hair, and when I was done, they're like, "Do you want us to do your hair? You helped us." I'm like, "Yeah, I look like a maniac. Yeah, you could do my hair. Thank you so much."
Are you done doing your hair? Do you need to go upstairs and do your hair?
Maybe.
No, I was fully ready.
What do you mean? I look
I was,
great.
I was fully ready.
Yeah, but that
No,
was
that's
that
very nice of
was my
them.
weekend. That's pretty
So
much
what
it.
was the food?
They
What was the
had
food?
they had barbecue at their wedding. It was really good.
Mmm.
It
Okay.
was really good. It's like Kansas City barbecue or something.
Oh, not Carolina.
No, it
Interesting.
was very tasty though. It was good. They had really good mac
Wow.
and cheese, and it all was worth it. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
What
that
about
lines up
you?
with my news quite nicely,
Mhm.
actually. My food news. So we went. My husband had to go pick up some tires on from Facebook Marketplace. So we went to this stupid like we went to Food Lion and like met this guy for tires or whatever. But
Yes.
I'm glad because I don't have to hear about this tire purchase anymore or the specs of any of these tires. I'm good.
Not the
I'm good with
specs.
this. So I'm like, yeah, let's go. Like I don't care how much it is. I don't
Let's
whatever, we're
finish the
going.
deal.
We're finishing this now. So we go and it was this cute little town. It's called Clover.
Aw.
It's in South Carolina. Oh, or is it North Carolina? No, it's
Hmm.
South Carolina. Yeah, it is. So we're very close to the line, so it's hard sometimes. But it's in South Carolina. It was very cute. Had all these cute little stores, and so we went to this farm to table restaurant, and it was delicious. We had crispy Brussels sprouts to start off. I love
Ooh.
That's my favorite appetizer. If it has a good
Really?
sauce, it has to have a good sauce. Yes, and this one had like a sriracha aioli. It was
Okay.
so good. And then the main event, I had lobster mac and cheese with it had like a homemade jalapeno cheese sauce. So good.
That sounds
So good.
amazing.
And on the side, I had some broccoli and these crispy, they called them like crispy fingerling potatoes.
Okay.
I don't know how they got them this crisp, but they were so good. And like with the side of ranch. Oh, it
Wow.
was to die for. I was the happiest person because I just said a couple days ago, I was like, I need to get my hands on some seafood. Like I'm just really craving it and I got my wish. So
That's
very happy
great.
about
I
that.
love this for you.
Yeah. Yeah, it was
Awesome.
delicious. No complaints. Yeah.
Great.
But other than that, not really much. I mean, the Airbnb's in full swing, so just
Book your stay at the Eagle Eye Cabin.
working like three jobs, but yeah. So
A
it's just
single mom who works 2 jobs.
it's true.
They
But yeah,
wrote
it's
that
been a
about
lot of fun
you.
though. I Yeah, they did. Reba wrote that about me.
Yeah, I would love
Um
to stay there. I can't wait to book my stay at the
yeah,
Eagle
so
Eye Cabin in South Carolina on Airbnb.
yeah, if anybody lives in
Beautiful.
the area, we're near Greenville, South Carolina. It's called the Eagle Eye Lodge.
Lodge.
You can
Sorry.
find us on Instagram, Eagle Eye Lodge _SC. And yeah, we're booking up, so you better book your stay. And it's a perfect place to read. It is
Yeah.
I'm like jealous that I can't go there anymore because there's other people there. Like I know this is the point, but like I want my reading spot back.
Only book your
But yeah.
stay if you like beautiful cabins and beautiful scenery and amazing hikes and great vibes. Don't book it if you don't like any of those things. I guess.
It is, it's the perfect place for like a reading trip.
Yeah.
We need to do one of those.
I have seen those.
I want to do one
that
of those with
sounds so
you.
much fun.
Oh,
like a retreat, a reading retreat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like when a new release comes out, we have to go and
For sure.
just get the vibe. I wish Ellen Hildebrand was still making books because like we would just go to Martha's Vineyard and we would just
we'd be all over that.
Do it up.
For sure.
That would be so amazing.
We could still do it. It just wouldn't be a new release thing.
We can. It's just like hers are always... That's where I want to go. I want to go to...
Let's do it. Why not?
I want to go to Maine. I want to go to Nantucket. So like...
I want to go there so bad.
That's the vibe. We just got to find a book that fits the vibe, which probably won't be that hard. So
no, we're going to make that happen. That'd be a really fun like fall event. Yeah, stay tuned. That's going to happen for sure.
Well, I know you have a little reading update that's a little different. I've obviously been reading Kingdom of Ash, but Mallory started something new.
I don't have a
reading
update.
I thought you were reading.
I started Powerless.
Yes, that's what I meant.
I thought I talked about this
then you were being very fake on the Instagram with that picture of the book and the
ocean. No, you're right. You're right. I started it. But like I'd read nothing like this weekend. I really thought I was going to get a lot done. I didn't read anything. I'm still less than 100 pages in.
But it's still an update. You started it. It's on your
I'm liking it so far.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's an update. I love it. I'm excited to read that one too. I need to get that on my docket. And speaking of, stay tuned for next week when we'll give you all of our summer TBRs.
Oh yeah.
It's going to be a very fun episode. But yeah. And also, if you're not watching us on YouTube yet, what are you doing?
Come to the dark side.
We're doing it. So
we are. It's happening.
Head over to the YouTube and watch it for real.
For reals.
Because we got a lot of hand motions going on.
We really talk with our hands a lot.
Couple of Italians just really getting into it. It's very entertaining. So please. Please just humor us.
Don't make us look like idiots. We don't do it enough.
That's hilarious.
Okay. So funny. I guess there's nothing left to do.
Wait, we gotta just...
I feel like I say that every time. Now there's nothing left to do. We have such a long list of things to do. Like what?
We do. We have a lot to cover. I'm not even joking.
We really do. We've already dilly-dallied too much. Let's do this.
Way too much. Okay. So, let's just get into it. We got Dorian going to Morath.
We do.
This part had me very scared.
Oh my gosh, it's so stressful.
So when Maeve like catches him in his mouse form and is like, "What are you doing here?" I'm like, "No, stay away from him, please." I don't know. I was so scared. But it turns out that Dorian has a plan of his own. Mm-hmm. And he decides he's going to, like, make Maeve his bride?
I have to ask you about this. I get to that part and I wonder, did you buy it? Did you, like, think that was real?
I did. I bought it. I 100% bought it because I know that she can trick people. So, and I know that she can kind of like infiltrate people's minds. So I'm like, oh my gosh, is this just like all a trick?
I feel like I knew it right away. I'm like, there's no way he's not doing it for a plan. Yeah.
My exact words were, what is happening? I know this has to be a trick somehow, but what?
But what is it?
I didn't know who was tricking who. That was the problem. Yeah. So yeah. And then oh my gosh, when she goes to Erewhon and she like tries to like seduce him and she turns
Ugh.
into Aelin and Manon, like
Uh-huh.
ew, I
Ew.
hated that part. I
No.
hate her.
Enough with the
Like
shape-shifting.
how do you picture Maeve? Like what, cuz I don't have a good grasp on it.
I
I
kind
really
of don't
don't.
either. I feel like I pictured her as like you've never seen Avatar, so I can't like give you this visual.
Yeah.
Well, for those listening who have watched Avatar: The Last Airbender, I'm picturing her as like a slightly less edgy June, who is this
Okay, I'm
very
going to look
like
it up.
June Avatar. She's just got like real long
June.
black hair and she's real skinny and like just like really thin and kind of
Oh, I
creepy.
see.
But like I picture her as a more cleaned up version of that.
Okay, yeah,
Like I
that
feel
checks
like
out.
she's old, but she's not. Like she should be an old
Yeah,
lady.
and so for like throughout this book, I kind of started picturing her as when like Ursula turns into a human, like I
Yeah,
kind of
okay,
it
so
was
it's like
like
the
that
similar
vibe
vibe. Yeah,
because she's like old, but she's like trying to make herself look younger. I don't know,
I like that.
but it's similar, yeah.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah, for most of the other books, I couldn't get a grasp on like what she looked like, and then this book, it was like, okay, this is it, like
Yeah.
locked in.
Better visual. We're locked
um,
in.
yeah, for
So
sure.
like Dorian just taken over in that like whole scenario, like even before she catches him pretty much. Like
Yeah.
you just have this moment of like I'm so proud of him. Like he has
Yes.
gotten so much stronger and more confident and so much
Yes.
more tough. Like as
Yes.
Throne of Glass Dorian would be shaken in his little boots. Like he wouldn't know what to do with
I
present day
know.
Dorian. It's great. It
Ugh.
made me very happy for him.
Yeah, he really has gotten so much stronger. Oh, I love it. I just can't believe like he just went off and just
He just decided
did
he's doing
this.
this.
Like, yeah, he's just
Taking
like being a
charge.
king, you know? It's
Yeah, doing
crazy.
king stuff.
It's insane. Um, but I loved the moment when he just like finally revealed it all. It was like
Mm-hmm.
mic drop moment. Oh
So
my gosh.
awesome.
But the best part of it all, like not even when he reveals, like he says, like, I was a slave once. I'd never let myself be one again.
Ooh.
But then, once they're like, she's like, what? What are you talking about? And he says something along the lines of, oh, I think I have it written here. The king I wish to be is the opposite of what you are, and there is only one witch who will be my queen. And I was like, oh
I
boy.
love it.
Oh boy.
Manon. Yeah. That's it. I mean, that's all.
Manon.
That's it. I can't
Wow.
believe that Maeve fell for it. like like
Yeah.
what you're telling me you and it was easy. Like she fell for it. I just can't believe that. I'm
Mm-hmm.
so weird of her.
Yeah, but I think I don't know. I feel like she's just let her guard down with anybody else except for Aelin. Um,
Mhm.
and Dorian just kind of has this persona of just not that he's
Charismatic.
stupid, but like he's just kind of like he's just a little bit careless. And
Yeah.
so I don't know. I just feel like she was like
Didn't need to think so hard about him.
but yeah, like he brings that place to the ground and that was so cool about how he could use his ice power and just kind of go in between all the little like crevices and make all
Yeah.
these cracks. Like I didn't know you could do that.
Mhm.
It's crazy.
He's completely
Um
overpowered. It's awesome. Like his whole thing with learning someone else's power and then using it against them is insane. Like he's so much more
yeah.
powerful than Aelin. Like I don't care what she's doing with fire. Like Dorian has her beat. It doesn't matter. It's awesome because he could just learn her power.
Yeah. Hey guys, we wanted to pop in and share a little something with you. So, we have an Audible 30-day free trial available at the link in our show notes and in our Instagram bio. So, when you sign up, you'll get 1 credit, and that allows you to choose any title for free. You also have access to the Audible Plus library, which has tons of free content, books, podcasts, etc. I have not traditionally been an audiobook girly, but I've been loving Audible because it syncs up directly with my Kindle, and so life just gets busy. It's hard to find time to just sit down with your book and read. So when I'm cooking, doing laundry, just everyday tasks, or even driving, I'll turn on my audiobook, and when I get back to my Kindle, it'll be synced up exactly where I left off, which is just amazing. I never have to find the page again, and it's just a great resource to use. So yeah, go to the link in our Instagram bio or our show notes, or go to audibletrial.com/doublebookedpod to get your free 30-day trial. That's what I've liked about I like that about the whole ending and the whole book is that it's
Mm-hmm.
not just up to her to
Yeah.
save everyone. Um because I just find that so unbelievable that it's like there's this one person that can just save us
Mm-hmm.
all and they have the most power out of everyone. Like, everyone contributed to the
That is
ending,
true.
and I just loved that part of it. And yeah, like,
That's
it's
true.
just,
That's a really
yeah.
good point. Like in what? Like the Hunger Games, it's only you. You have to save us. Or like Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Harry Potter, he's the
Harry Potter,
chosen one.
yeah.
You're the only one who can save us. It's all down to one person. It make like it's all unbelievable. It's none of it's relatable or
Yeah.
possible, but like the fact that they did it as a team, it makes it a little more like,
Yeah.
yeah, they did that. They did do that.
Yeah, and,
We watched
like,
them put in the work.
yeah, and everybody had a hand in it. Like, there
Mhm.
wasn't one person that didn't have their hand
Yeah.
in, like, the ultimate, like, downfall of everything.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I just loved that part of it. But yeah, Dorian, he is much more powerful than we give him credit for,
He
that's for
really
sure.
is.
Yeah. Um,
Maeve revealing herself as the Valg Queen. Like, were
mhm.
you surprised? I was not surprised. It's like, of course you are. I
I mean,
mean,
I guess a
yeah.
little bit, but, like, I guess I didn't really know what that meant. Like, I was like, "Okay,
Like,
yeah."
sure.
But,
Was
like,
it?
what does that mean?
Yeah,
Because you're
like,
already evil.
exactly. Now you're just still evil, I guess. Like,
Now you're just the queen of the
you're
evil.
just
Like,
the
it's
queen of
just,
all things
what?
evil. Yeah, so like
Yeah.
we learn that and then she launches into work with the big spiders and trying to get the Valg princesses into these big spiders. And immediately I'm like, yeah, she is the Valg queen. Whatever that means, that's her.
Yeah.
She's evil.
She's, yeah. She's controlling the spiders. They are evil.
I just like with the spiders. That would just work on me.
Mm-mm.
It would work on me so well. If you want to get me to like stop or go away or like
Oh, yeah.
quit
Just put,
fighting, just bugs, spiders.
they wouldn't even need to be inhabited by anything. Like, it'd just
No,
be just the bugs would do
just the
it.
bugs. Like it's just so easy. I completely break down like all inhibition. Like I'm just getting away from these bugs at all costs. I almost crashed my car 2 weeks ago because there was a spider in my car and I'm not joking. Like I am not even kidding. I was on the
Wait,
highway.
now you have to tell the story.
So I left my parents'
You have
house.
to tell it now.
And my parents live like an hour away from my apartment in the big city. And I was driving back and it was like 20 minutes into my drive and I feel something like on my head, like a fly or something. So I swatted away and I put the window down and I figured that took care of it. It's gone. Not true. Like 20 minutes later, something's crawling across my steering wheel. And it's a spider and it's not little, like for those watching. It was like big, like a big yellowy clear spider. And I'm going like 80 down the highway and I'm like, "Oh my god." And I'm like swerving and like I would have gotten to a car accident. I'm a big stupid idiot. Why can't I keep my cool? And so I pull over. I'm on the side of the road on a 3-lane highway. I turn on my blinkers. I shove my seat way back cuz I can see him sitting on the steering wheel and I launch myself into the back seat. And now I'm like, I can't do it. Like I can't get it. I can't. And so my boyfriend works like an hour and a half north from where our apartment is. Not an hour and a half, hour 10 minutes. It's still not good. But he's not even left there for the day
Too
yet.
far.
But I'm thinking, I will wait. I will sit here and wait. Because, like, I'm not doing it. Like, I simply can't get it. And so I call him and I tell him this, and he's like, maybe pull over into like a gas station, you dummy. And so I see the spider crawl into a little crack. I'm like, okay, I have to get off the side of the road. So it was right by an exit. I pull into a gas station. And he's gone. I don't see him anymore. So I get out of the car as fast as I can. I go in. I'm going to get napkins. I think this is ridiculous. I'm doing it myself. And I can't. And I can't. And I'm walking, like, slowly back to my car, just, like, kind of praying that, like, I see someone who looks safe or, like, somebody I trust.
Someone who looks like a spider killer.
Yeah. I was, like, slowly approaching, like, a father and his young daughter. I'm like, he'll get the spider for me. Like, he'll do it.
No!
I'm not
No
joking.
way.
I'm, like, walking up to them with all these napkins. And, like, mind you, I look insane. I had just done laundry at my parents' house. I brought a bunch of laundry there. And, like,
With your napkins?
and I'm wearing, like, these long tube socks and
No.
these I'm wearing my socks and Birkenstocks. I have a big t-shirt on with wolves. I have this, like, jokey shirt that's glow in the dark and it has wolves howling at the moon. Like, it's ridiculous. I looked insane. And so I'm slowly approaching this pair, and we've gone way off topic. I'm sorry. But
Okay.
and all of a
I need to
sudden,
know now.
all of a sudden, corner of my eye, I see a girl I know from my jujitsu gym. And I'm like, bingo! I'm coming for you! And I'm like, and I go up to her.
Another defenseless woman. We're just like, what if she would have
Yeah.
said no? She
I
has every
would
right
not
to say
accept
no.
it.
She's a woman. She's just a girl. She's just a girl.
just
She
a-
could have said no. Then what would
And
you have
this
done?
girl, I would have approached the father, I guess. But this girl, she's like
He's already
17 or
gone away.
18. She's a teenager, by the way. Like, this girl just graduated high school. She's like 17 or 18. And I'm 27.
So
And
she's
I'm approaching
fearless.
this girl.
So
she
she's
is
fearless.
fearless. And so I
She
said
hasn't
her
reached
name.
25.
No, she
Doesn't have the
hasn't.
full frontal lobe. She doesn't have any of those fears.
She's braver than me, and she could beat me up in jujitsu also. But, like, I walk up to her and I said her name, and she's like, oh, hey! Like, doesn't say, you look crazy, but, like, I could tell she's looking at me like, what's going on? Something happened to you. And I'm like, are you afraid of bugs? And she's like, no. And I'm like, come with me, please. I need your help. And I lead her out to the parking lot where my car is, and she fully, like, takes on the role of killing the spider. And I was so happy. And I give her the napkin, she gets in my car, and we see him dangling from the ceiling, and she gets him. I was so happy. I felt so much relief. And I'm like, sorry, I'm crazy. Because, like, as soon as he was gone, I realized that was psychotic behavior. That was nuts. I should have just gotten the spider myself. But after that...
Yeah, that's funny.
After that, like, her friends, I guess, walk up to her. She was with people, and I'm standing there in the parking lot, and it's just these, like, 3 high school girls, like, ready to go somewhere that night, and I'm, like, fully disgusting and, like, old to them, and I'm like, thanks, guys, I'm gonna get in my car. I felt so stupid. I felt so dumb. But, like,
Oh my.
after that, it was over, and I
Yeah.
drove home. That's it. That's a long-winded
How
way.
long, like, what's the longest you would have waited for someone to, like, come and assist you?
If I didn't find somebody and ask them, which I was gonna do,
Right, but,
I
like,
was
if
just
you had to
gonna-
wait.
I was just gonna wait for Josh to come to that exit.
Yes, but the question is how long would you have waited for someone to come to kill the spider
Like, before I took
before
matters
you
into my
started
own hands.
driving? Yeah.
Maybe like an hour. I was not interested
Okay.
in spending time with that spider.
I wasn't sure if you were gonna be like, I mean, I would have waited for you to drive 8.5 hours.
No, by that point, no, I would have figured something out. But
It's funny. Oh my god.
oh my god. Anyway,
So you are Queen of the Valg. Your honorary queen
They chose me.
of the Valg princesses.
Valg princess, I am the big spider.
Okay, first of all, why do princesses have to be the spiders? Why are we gonna make the girls?
Yeah. But the Valg princes were like in these hot male bodies.
Just humans.
Like, remember?
Yeah,
like
just
they were
humans.
handsome. Like,
Yeah,
but
oh
the
yeah.
Valg princesses are spiders. Great.
Yeah, weird.
Awesome.
Love that. Hate.
Anyway, where are we?
I don't even know.
I'm sorry.
But I wanted to bring up this part. I don't like to usually talk about Adi and Lysandra.
Okay.
But I just loved this part whenever they finally like admit their feelings for each other. They finally are like, okay, let's put this
let's do this
behind us.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she says, "You are not asking for our other allies to run." And he says, "Because I am not in love with our other allies." And I just like, I knew it was building to this point of like, but that's just such a good line. Like, it's so good. And it just gets me every time. And it's so cliche because I've heard this over and over again, but just in a different way. But it just gets me every time. And the reason I brought this up is because my husband just like came into the room when this was going on. Like, I'm in the middle of this. I'm just getting to this part. And he's like coming in to like talk to me about like the AC or something. Like, some sort of problem. And I'm like,
we can't have that.
Like, and it wasn't even a problem. I shouldn't even say that. So we had the AC fixed at the cabin, and we got this smart thermostat put on it so that we can do it on our phones. Okay. He is coming in to tell me about some sort of function that he just found on the app that like, oh my gosh, look at this on the app. I can do this with our thermostat. I'm like, I know something and it's important. Leave me alone. Serious.
Oh my god. Adian is not in love with their other allies, and you're telling me about air conditioning.
I mean, it could have been a lot worse. Like, it could have been a way better part because I don't stand them really, but it just was the principle of like, you don't have anything better to say than that. Like, just leave me alone.
It's true.
But
no.
Love him. I love him, but
that wasn't it. That wasn't it.
That was not it.
Oh no.
Moving on. We got Abraxos. I didn't know if he was gonna make it.
I definitely thought he wasn't gonna make it.
But that was rough going. And then the 13.
Oh man. You know, like,
I knew that was coming. I knew it.
I didn't know. Like,
I didn't know who it was gonna be, but when they first brought up the yielding, I was like, oh,
yeah,
somebody's going down. Now, I didn't think it was gonna be all of them. I thought it was gonna be maybe Mon, maybe Astrid, but I didn't know it was gonna be everyone. Like, holy
it was
crap.
all of them, and like, it really is unfortunate because like, Manon has just come off of this like whole journey within herself of like, I do care about stuff. After her whole life of being heartless and whatever, and she just loses 12 very important people, or 13 very important people in her life. Yeah. And they sacrifice themselves. Like, they did it, and it's just really sad. It's really sad. However, like, we didn't know, like, 11 or 12 of them. So, like, it's really sad, but I didn't know them. Yeah. And I wish we might have, I wish maybe we did. Just Astrid, who I already thought we were going to lose, in, like, the last book, but we didn't. Right.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. No, it was really sad. And, like, even at the end when, like, everybody's, like, so happy, like, she's just...
doesn't have her
She's down bad. It's really sad. Yeah. That's really sad.
By the end, doesn't Manon have Ansel as, like, a buddy?
Yeah, they do. They have a little friendship going, so it's something. It's definitely something.
It's not 13 somethings, but it's something.
No, it's not. It's not. But I am glad, like, I am glad that we didn't come out of this where everybody was alive. I can't, I never find that believable. I feel like,
I have
especially in this
so
book,
much to
because
say
it's
about
just,
that.
okay, alright, we'll get into it. But
Are we getting into it right now,
one
or
more,
should we wait?
no, one more thing I want to
Okay.
touch on before we get into the
Okay.
sacrifice of it all.
Yeah.
So on page 757, I was waiting for this moment, when Urine and Dorian finally meet.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, and Kale. He's there too.
And Kale.
But like they finally meet and she's like, I've heard so much about you, and he says all bad things, I hope. Like it's just
He
I
winks
just
at
love
her
him
and
so
he
much.
says that.
I love it. It's
That's like
amazing.
old lady humor. Like old ladies say that when you tell them, I heard so much about you. They're like, oh, well, bad stuff, I hope. Like, come on.
It's so
Dorian, you're
true.
better than this.
He's so cheesy. He can't help himself, and I eat it up. It's so funny. Um, but he says, "I have always wanted a sister."
It's very sweet.
And she says, "Then you shall be pleased to hear that you'll soon be an uncle." And he like whips around and he's like, "What?" Like he's so excited. It's so cute. Um,
That is
but
very
then so now that you brought up him winking at her.
yeah.
Okay. Page 815. We're skipping ahead. We'll go back. But like he literally says verbatim, he adored his friend's wife already. Likely would have married her too if he'd had the chance. What? What? I'm sorry. What?
Yeah,
Why
that's.
does he say that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Why does he think that? What kind of thought is that?
What do you mean? Like,
That's your best friend's wife. And this just goes back to his like frat boy nature. Like he's just
I would have married her
I
too
don't
if I
know.
had the chance. What? Why?
What?
Why is that thought in your brain?
Did you remember? Did that ever stick out to you?
No, I forgot about that.
Did it stick out to you before?
I
Like,
don't think
do you
it did.
remember it now?
I don't think so.
Okay.
No.
That like was just shocking.
That's really
I was
funny.
like, wait, what?
He just said what? That's so funny.
I just feel like that was just something that didn't need to be there, but okay.
I think that about a
There it
lot
is.
of the inner dialogue, the inner thoughts of these books. Like so much of it doesn't
Really?
need to happen. Yeah, there's so much that's useless. But it's
I feel like
fine.
it's not like super wordy. Like I don't think I would have made it
Jeez.
this far if it was like
I don't know which page it is or which chapter. I'm not gonna find it, but there's a whole chapter where like the witches arrive, and that's the only thing that happens, and it's just someone thinking about what's going on, and it's like,
yeah.
this book's so long.
There's definitely those chapters, but I feel like as a whole, like the series wasn't completely
I
like
guess.
that. But this book is just like there's just
Wrapping
so
it
much
up.
to wrap up.
Mhm.
Yeah, there's just so much. But so Aelin is about to wrap some things up. So
Yeah.
she decides that she's going to like she asks the group. She's like,
Yeah.
will you guys be able to like take on Erewhon without me if I sacrifice myself tonight? And I'm thinking
That's quite the ask, no? Like that's
like
that's a lot to
I
ask.
thought we
these
couldn't
people.
do it without you. I thought they couldn't do it without her. I don't understand that.
I thought that was the point of all this. Oh no. Yeah.
And then Rowan gets real mad. He like slams his hands on the table and he's like getting all worked up. Loved it. Loved every minute
Love
of
that. Like that for sure.
But then they like try to find a loophole. They're like, maybe if I give half my power and Dorian gives half his
Yep.
power, then we can like both survive. And
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, so we we go into that. And then somebody else shows up while they're trying to see if this will work. So how did you feel about this
The king?
person showing up? Mm-hmm.
Was he not dead? Like,
I don't know. I guess not.
he shows up and he's just there. Like, he just arrives and is like, stop! And it's like, wait, like, what? Pump the brakes! Slam on the brakes, because I'm confused. No,
Yeah.
I didn't understand. That's
No,
when this book truly started to lose me, I think. Was
This
when all this
part
crap
was
started to happen.
Yeah. This part was very confusing. I had to go back and kind of like reassess what
Yeah.
the heck happened. And I'm just gonna like these were my initial thoughts. So to Mallory last night I was texting about this and I'm like I said, okay, so it's one of them, then they can both give a little, but then Dorian doesn't have to. And then she can lock it without giving her all. And then she doesn't have power. But Molly gives her just a little bit. And then the word marks in her tattoos lead her back to Terrazin. Okay, sure.
Yeah, yeah. Because what do you mean by all that? Like, that makes no sense.
What do you mean? No, I didn't like this. I felt like it was really like stitched together. I didn't like it.
Yeah.
The nameless is my price thing like doesn't it didn't really make sense to me because
No.
like I mean like I don't know. It just didn't make sense because he didn't even end up really doing anything. Like he gave a little bit of power, but it wasn't enough. Like
It was
wasn't
not
a lot.
enough. It wasn't
Like
enough at all.
it wasn't enough for it to be part of a riddle in the book before. Like it wasn't that big of a thing to like figure out. That being said, I did like that whole part and how it's set up for the ending of like him and Dorian and their kind of like resolution. I did like that. Because the whole time I'm thinking I was having this struggle too of like, is the king really evil? Like, did he really do all of this, or was it just like him being possessed?
Yeah.
And so I'm glad that we finally got an answer to that. That felt good.
Yeah.
And I was happy that
it was
Dorian
good to
got
know that
answer.
like the king was okay the whole time. Like he was like the villain, but like it wasn't his choice.
Yeah. And it was very sweet at the end. Like when he was like, he only remembered his name like when you were brought into the world. Like that is so sweet. That is very, very sweet. And that made me very emotional.
Yeah.
So it did have a purpose, but like that was so confusing. I was just wondering like
Yeah.
I don't understand how she like I thought the whole point of the lock was to get Erewhon inside.
Yeah.
And then
okay.
it's like he's not there.
We are talking
Where is he?
for books and books about word gates and word keys and locks the whole time. And their purpose to get Erewhon, trap him in there. And it doesn't even happen.
Yeah.
I'm like, what was all this for? That was so annoying. Like,
yeah.
Are we joking? You got there and you did the thing that we've been talking about for several books, and you don't do the right thing. Like, you don't do the thing. You kind of, like, stop a master plan from happening. But, like, let's be honest, if that would have come to fruition and, like, all of the Valg would have came out, or, like, whatever the heck was gonna happen, they would have been fine. Because that's what happens in these books. They're just fine all the time.
Right.
And, like, they would have won and it'd be okay. That was so irritating to me. It wasn't pointless, but it was just, like, a lot of build-up for something different.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm still a little bit confused about it. I read a Reddit thread about what actually happened, So if anyone's curious, this is what it says. So Aelin and Dorian decide they try it together, hoping it would mean they both survive. They quickly suspect this is not the case, and they would both die. So Aelin saves Dorian by pushing him out and letting Dorian's father take his place, who shows up randomly. Once they forge the lock, Aelin has used up all of her firepower. Then she wants to save Elena.
Yeah.
So she makes this bargain and is like, well, you can leave Erewhon here, but we want Elena to live. Why?
Yeah.
Hey.
Why?
Why? I don't understand it. So then they're like, no, we're not making a deal with you. So we're gonna kill Elena and leave Erewhon behind. And so then,
Then Mala comes.
Then Mala
and...
steps in. Yeah, she grants her the bit of fire, and then she uses the ward marks to fall all the way back to Terrazin. And also like, passes the Akatar land on her way down, I guess. Yeah. I don't know.
I just don't get it. Like, what? Mala's like, follow the word marks, and you'll get home. And then she, what? Or she says, think of them. And she's like, oh, they're tattooed to me. I know how to get home. Like, what? I don't know. A lot of this stuff doesn't make sense.
That was kind of cool, though. I thought that was cool that, like, Rowan did that, though.
Yeah, that is a good idea.
I don't know that, like, he knew that was gonna happen, but,
he
like...
He couldn't have known.
Anyways. That part was confusing, for sure. But I guess the point of it is that, like, he... can no longer use the keys, right? Because they're locked. And then he can't bring any more of the Valg or like his brothers to the land to help them.
Yeah.
So
no one gets them.
I guess that's the whole point. But I thought it was really funny because in one part Yrene says, "So the world was only partly saved, better than nothing." Yeah. I'm like, thank you, Yrene. Like, thank you for
just partially.
Amazing. Because that's how I felt. I was like, okay, so we're like
kind of good. Yeah.
But also, you don't have any power left, so that's. Great.
I knew that wasn't gonna last, though. Like, I knew she's gonna get it back. There's no way she stays powerless.
Yeah, it's like. She doesn't have power, but like she still has power because
just a droplet.
And then I was thinking the whole time. I'm like, they're Karanam. Is that how you say it?
Yeah, whatever.
However you say
Karanam,
it. Like
Karanam.
She can take power from Rowan, so it's like, how could she be powerless?
That's true. That's a good point. Yeah, we don't revisit and like that ever.
He does help. No, they do help each other at one point. Like that's when they're finally. Yeah, in the end, like when they're taking down Maeve, they do like join hands.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they do that.
That's like join together. So yeah, but like I was so confused by that. But anyways, I did like overall. I did like the rest of the ending. I did think it was very good. Once again, I love how everybody comes together and plays a part in it. It's not just the Aelin show.
Mm-hmm. The fact that Yrene is the one who takes down Erewhon is awesome. And I love it. She's the best. She's seriously one of the best characters. And like, the whole time I'm thinking that like maybe I thought like I wanted Dorian to do it or like Aelin. I guess that's obvious. But like Yrene getting that done is just awesome. And that's just the best choice she could have made.
Amazing.
I love it.
It's amazing.
However, it's just like it was so easy. Like,
yeah.
He's this big bad villain and they build him up for books and like it takes her no time at all. It's so easy. But like,
No,
it was
I don't think
so
that's
easy. It
true.
was so fast. Like, it just felt so simple. And but like, we take months and months to heal Kaol, but we're gonna take down this
No,
actual
I don't
supervillain
think it was
in a second.
I don't I don't think it was that easy though. Because I mean, it did require a lot of like moving parts. It wasn't like she just like grabbed his arm and then he was like donezo. Like he so Dorian is pretending to like be Urine. Remember? He's like shape-shifting there and then
Yeah.
um Lysandra like swoops in Urine and then Elide actually like strikes him with
Yeah.
the sword. Damaris or
Mm-hmm.
whatever you said, Damaris or whatever.
Whatever.
And then Urine starts healing him. But I remember there was like this struggle because I thought like because he's trying to get Erewhon to tell him the truth about his father
Yeah.
and his name, and the whole time like Urine is like really struggling, and I thought that was gonna be like really bad. Like
Mm-hmm.
he was going to
Yeah.
um I mean cost her life basically because he needed to find out the truth and the sword revealed it, which I liked that. I thought that was a really cool part of the book. It's like the sword of truth.
Bringing it full circle a little bit.
It was really cool. Yeah, I liked that a lot. But no, I agree. I mean, it was a little easy, but
It just seemed like, and maybe not easy, but just so much buildup and suspense, and it was like, oh, okay, I guess
yeah.
it's done. I felt that
I
way with
mean,
Maeve too, like how she
yeah,
went.
yeah. I mean, Maeve was a little. Uh, I mean, Maeve did make sense to me though. Like, I think Maeve makes more sense than Erewhon in that sense because I really liked how they took her down, like with the immunity ring.
Yeah,
That was really cool. And there's no coming back from that. Like
yeah,
it's not about power, it's not about any of that. It's just but like Maeve also wasn't surprising to me because we had just seen her get tricked by Dorian. Like she
she's
clearly
stupid.
wasn't yeah, like she clearly wasn't like the smartest
Yeah,
villain there ever was. But no, I thought that was really cool how she like slips it on her finger and then it
mm-hmm.
like kind of like kills her from the inside out.
Yeah,
And then she really goes in like this part I was like, okay, I think we're good. I
I
think
think we're
she's
locked
like
in now.
really dead. Like she takes the sword out, she chops off her head, stabs her again, and then she like burns her for good measure. Like, oh my gosh.
Like you forget for a
Wow.
little bit how brutal and like gross she is because
It's been a while,
it's been a
yeah.
while. It's like, oh yeah, she's gonna really make sure she finished the job. And she
Seriously.
did.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. No, but I really just liked that whole everybody just played a part and I just really liked that. And
Yeah.
but I was really scared. I was really scared for Irene. I
Hmm.
really didn't think that was gonna go well. When she was like saying her goodbyes to Kaol, like I was not
Yeah.
okay. Like he says you are my joy or she says you are my joy and he says go save the world, Irene.
Yeah. You get a little nervous. And I know you were nervous for Dorian, like from the past two
hmm
books or something. I was waiting for
Yeah.
him, honestly. Like, I don't know. I just feel like in this kind of book, in this kind of series, like, Dorian is the one to go. Like, it seems
Yes,
like him.
and I agree with that wholeheartedly because everyone kind of has we've talked before about how everyone has this like strong coupling, right? And
Yeah.
he's the only one that's like kind of on the fringe. Like he and Manon are like kind of a thing, but like she's not ready yet. And
Hmm.
so
Yeah.
he theoretically would be the perfect one to go because like and that's kind of why he ends up sacrificing himself, you know, to go to Morath, to go to he
Yeah.
would have sacrificed himself for the keys, I'm sure.
Yeah. He
Like
almost did.
he just yeah, like he just didn't think he had anything or anybody to like
Hmm.
I mean, it sounds bad, but like live for, you know what I mean? Like it's he
Yeah.
had the least to give up. So
But that makes it so
yeah,
much more tragic. And, like, I don't want Dorian
it
to
does.
die, but, like, that would have been a really good punch in the gut to, like, everybody reading this. That would have been so, like,
Yeah.
impactful. I'm glad he didn't die, but I
No,
feel like he
yeah.
was the one to go if she was gonna get a big character.
Yeah. I didn't really care about Gabrielle dying.
No, I didn't care at all. I didn't care at all. I'm
like
sorry.
I'm sorry that like he died, and I'm sorry that Adian doesn't have like his father.
Yeah.
Of course, they just like of course he's having this realization that like he wants his dad around right as he's like dying,
Yeah.
but you know, it's just
Yeah.
I just didn't it didn't hit me. That's for sure.
I
But
agree.
I was on my toes the whole time. Like I just didn't know what was coming. I was extremely scared. Hey guys, we wanted to take a second to tell you something pretty cool. So we are a brand ambassador for a bookish shop called Hello Milo. You can use the link in our Instagram bio or our show notes, or you can go to shophellomilo.com and use the code doublebooked_pod to get 15% off your entire order, and they also offer free shipping over $50.
It's a really good deal. It's a very cute store. We each have some things from them. I've got a really cute hat that says Book Club Babe on it. I wore it this past weekend. I got a few compliments. I think Kayla got some fun Kindle stickers.
So be sure to check that out and let us know what you get.
The little folk making Aelin like an extra queen. That was another part where I just kind of like shrugged my shoulder. I'm like, yeah, of course. Like, she can't just be
Yeah.
Queen of Terrasen,
course.
this land that she's been working for the past like 10, 12 years. She's also Fairy Queen of the West. Like, what? That doesn't make any sense.
The little folk were great for like leading her and all those things,
Yeah.
but it's just like
You didn't pick anybody else? You don't know anyone else?
Yeah.
She's already queen of something. That was so annoying to me. Like,
yeah.
they're barely in the book.
And I know, they are barely in the books, but they have been mentioned since like Heir of Fire. Like they've been
The little folk
in the works here. Like it's crazy how far in advance like we get these little hints about people. But
yeah.
All right. So, what are your thoughts on all the blood oathing?
Like, the dude's dying. You don't need him for anything anymore. Like, leave him alone. She's like, wait, just one more thing. Like, one more thing. Can you swear to me so I can have a bigger court? I just feel like that's selfish Selena coming back a little bit. Like, okay, like, I'm sure there was a reason and whatever, but it's like, yeah, of course she did that. Of course she asked him for that. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. It's the same thing. Like, you don't need to be doing that. But I guess it was the whole, like, how was it? Like, she didn't want to offer the blood oath to Gabrielle because she wanted Adian to take it first. Like, that was her plan was to offer it to him all along, but she wanted Adian to take it first. And so then, since that couldn't happen, she was like, here you go.
I guess.
Slice my palm.
I guess. Yeah. Just like enough. I'm sick of hearing about blood oaths and like dying together at the same time and bonds. And it's just
it's a lot. It's a lot. But another thing that I thought was funny, now that we're talking about Aelin being her usual self, so they run into a lot of money. Rowan and Aelin get like all of Maeve's fortune. I think this is so funny. We know our girl is so materialistic, and now she's like so excited to marry Rowan because he's rich.
Finally. It's what she wanted all along. I can go get some dresses.
So funny. Yeah. Like the rings and just the like she is who she is, and I love it. It's so funny.
Never changes.
Then they have like the big elaborate ceremony for her coronation. What did you think of
Uh,
that?
yeah, I mean, I guess that was fine.
Yeah.
You know.
I was thinking before we found out it was her coronation, like it was so wedding-esque. Like
That's what I
everything
thought.
was
It was like a
wedding. And
wedding.
I was like, "Oh my gosh, somebody's getting married." And it's like,
Mm-hmm.
"Nope.
But that's
Nope."
pretty fun. I like that it wasn't a
Yeah.
wedding. Even though, like, we still get a wedding at the end.
Yeah, at the very end, but
Which I
not
don't
the
know
one that
why.
anybody wanted.
Not the one that anybody wanted. And it's the ending. Like, it's one of the
I
last things we
know.
get. Well, I don't care. I don't
I
want to read
know.
about
But
that.
it's not the last thing though. It's not the
Yeah,
last thing
no,
we
it's
get.
not the very last thing.
It's not the last thing. So the very last scene is Aelin. She like goes to her balcony or whatever and she looks out and everybody
Mm-hmm.
is just like rejoicing and she's like, "What's going on?" And she's like, "Rowan, come here." And the king's flame is blooming
A
again all
flower!
across the land. You guys, I just need to take a second because your girl who remembers nothing remembered this tiny little detail
King's
from
flame!
Empire of Storms. I remembered it. And I
Yep.
knew it was coming back. Now, the cover helped me a little bit. Yes, it did. But I took this note down because I knew it was going to be important. And it's the last freaking line of the book. I'm proud of myself.
A round of applause. You did it! You did
Thank
it.
you.
That is
I
awesome.
appreciate that.
And it was just mentioned just briefly, and it stuck in your brain.
Very briefly.
Mm-hmm.
But
I
it
loved that
sucked.
moment. I loved it.
Yes. Such a good moment. It was such a good way to end the book. And oh, I have to talk about too when everybody's like saying goodbye to each other. Most of it
No.
I was like couldn't care less, couldn't care less. When she says goodbye to Dorian and
Dorian and
Kale, like
Kale. Mm-mm.
it's too much. It's
No,
too
I was
much.
crying. That was really
It's too
difficult
much.
to read.
It's a lot. Like you forget because we've been through so many lands and there's so many point of views and it's like you just forget that at the beginning of all of this it was just the three of them. Like it was just them. And
That's what I was thinking. Like, you just remember those, like, three little dummies from the first book and how far they have come.
yeah,
It's great. And now they're saying
seriously.
goodbye. Like, that's so hard.
Oh. And she says, "Oh," she's like starts crying and she says, "Oh," she says, "Thank you for all
No.
you have done for me." And Dorian says, "Those are words I'd never thought I'd hear from you." Because she was such a jerk. Like she
She
was
was.
such a jerk. Um, but she's a better Aelin, a better Selena.
She really is. I'm just reading this last paragraph of that.
Yeah,
Like,
it's crazy.
yeah, I remember reading that and just like, oh my god, like now after everything, they just have to say goodbye? Like they'll see each other
Seriously.
again and they'll work together and stuff. But like, man, that's hard. That's awful.
So hard. Yeah.
I'm too soft. Friendship like goodbyes are the worst.
They
I don't
are.
know.
And that's see, you brought this up at the beginning of when we started reading Throne of Glass, and you said that SJM is just like so good at writing like a friendship,
She
and
is.
it's so evident like throughout all the books how much like she values that and above anything else. And I just think it's so true because when I read the story, do I care about the romance? Yeah, I do because
Yeah.
I just like I like a little bit of romance.
Yeah.
But it never hits as hard as like these moments do. Like
It's true.
even Aelin and Rowan, like it just doesn't these moments to me are just like so much bigger and more heartfelt
They
and
are.
bring me
They're
to
so
tears. Like
heartfelt.
Yeah.
I don't cry reading about like Rowan and Aelin. Like I
No.
feel like, oh, that was cute. But like this is like
No.
deep. Like
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Like I
really
cry
good.
about Dorian becoming an uncle. Like that's what makes me cry. It's so sweet. Like
It's
it's just
true. It's very
no, it's
sweet.
like it's so sweet. Like and like how he always wanted a sister. Like it's so cute. But like he also wants to date her. I don't know.
Like,
Keep in
yeah,
mind.
sure. Like if someday,
This is Rowan and Aelin all over again. I
oh
love
my
him like a
god.
brother. Yeah,
Except
right.
until 2 books
Except
from
not.
now.
Except you don't.
Uh
Oh my gosh. But
so like yeah. I feel like
that's
yeah. I don't know. That's it, isn't it?
I guess so.
I can't believe it.
I know, it's crazy.
We did it. You did it. I read these already. You did this way faster than I did it.
No, it's
That was a
crazy to think
lot.
about. Yeah, it was a lot. Like I sat there last night after I finished it and I was like, I just read like 1,000 pages. Like I read a
Yeah.
1,000 page book, basically. I don't think I've ever read a book that big.
Harry
And
Potter.
yeah. Oh, how big are those? How big is
I think they're
um
bigger. I'm pretty sure it goes into thousands.
I got one sitting right over there. But
Mm.
um yeah. It was just kind of crazy. Like I sat there after I finished it and I was like, I did it. Like I did it.
You did
It
it.
was I
It's so
know.
awesome.
I know. It was really cool.
I
So,
was wrong.
let's
It's
do
not that many pages.
oh, yeah.
Deathly Hallows is
Well,
like
Deathly
700.
Hallows. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I was gonna say I didn't think it was that big because I usually use that
Yeah,
book to like prop up my microphone and I don't think it's this
that's
big.
funny. No.
um,
Anyway, all right. Okay. I
yeah.
take it back.
Well, okay, so I want to do a little like who is your favorite character in the entire series and who is your least favorite character?
My favorite character in the
Oh,
whole series.
let's do boys and girls to make it. Let's do
Okay.
two of each. I feel like that's easier.
I feel like it's like stupid to say Sam, but I really loved Sam.
Oh,
And like he deserved so much better. I feel like it's
yeah.
dumb. He didn't do that much.
Hmm.
But I don't know. Like there were so many characters and I didn't care about so many of them. Like
I know who you're gonna pick for the least favorite.
you
It
do?
has to be. Has to be. It has to be
Oh.
mine too. Like Sartak and Nezrin. Like so
Oh,
irrelevant.
like notice how we didn't talk about them? Like the last episode and also this one? I forgot about them. They didn't come up
Yeah,
once. You
they
know
don't
why?
exist
Doesn't matter.
for
They don't
sure.
exist to me.
All right, let's take them out of the equation though, because they're obviously like just not even here.
I mean, Urine is a really good character. I really like Urine.
Hmm.
Dorian's also
Yeah,
a really good character. I think they're my
I
favorites.
know they're all so good. So you're picking Dorian over Sam.
I don't want to, but like, Sam was only around for like a book.
It's true.
But I really like.
It's
No,
true.
I'm picking Sam. I'm doing it. I'm going with my heart. I have to.
Yeah. You already know I'm picking Dorian.
It's the best.
Love
He's
him.
great.
Yes. And then, oh, this is hard. Because, like, part of me really does like Aelin, like,
Mm-hmm.
the most. Like, I just felt myself throughout the entire series. Just, I loved her little comebacks, like, her
Yeah.
thoughts. It was so funny to me. She was just a very funny female main character, which I feel like doesn't happen in books with this
Yeah.
much depth.
Like truly
I
funny. I
She
agree.
was truly funny. Like I loved her. And then in these last few, like I just have felt myself like not hanging on her every word and more so with
Yeah.
Urine. So it's a toss up because I
Yeah.
love them both. But I feel
Mhm.
like I do like Aelin more. I feel like she has more of a story that we know about. Like, obviously, Irene had her own character arc that
Yeah.
started in Assassin's Blade, but I feel like she's just always been good, you know? Like she's just good. And
That's true.
like
Mhm.
that's just who she is at her heart of hearts, and that's why I love her, but there's so much more to Aelin, and
Yeah,
she had
like
such a bigger
development.
journey. Yeah. And
Mhm.
so I think I just think she has to be my favorite for sure.
Okay. I
So
think with Urine, like hers is more of a story. I almost said tale. What? Hers is more of a story of like staying true to yourself
yeah.
and working with what you've got. And
Yeah.
I don't know. I really like that. I respect her and I also like
Oh
her.
yeah. I
And
love her.
yeah, Aelin, like, yeah, of course, I really like Aelin, but there were some times where I
Yeah.
really did not. Like,
Right.
needed her to
Yeah.
be a different person, but it's fine. She is who she is and we love her. Least
Yeah.
favorite. Well, I
Least
guess we already
favorite.
know we can't.
Yeah, we
Like,
already know. It's Nezrin and Sartak for sure.
yeah, dumb.
For sure. And
Sorry.
it's so funny because they're not even like evil. Like we didn't even pick
No,
the
they're
evil people. We just picked the boring people.
they're just
Like
boring.
oh my
Yeah, that's it.
gosh. That's it. Yeah, I guess I was thinking more of like POVs. Not
Yeah,
necessarily like characters, just yeah,
I
I don't know.
guess. Well, I
But
think that like for a later episode we should do Throne of Glass superlatives. I've already got some ideas. Like
that would
yearbook
be
edition,
so
kinda.
funny. There's so many of them. That would be
Yeah.
so good.
Like
Oh,
most
I love
likely
that idea.
to. Yeah,
Oh, I
definitely.
love that.
I think that'll be fun.
I love that. Oh my gosh. All right,
Anyway,
so let's let's give our final ratings for Kingdom of
okay.
Ash. I kind of
I
want you to go
just
first.
I just feel like I'm really a black sheep when it comes to this book. I have a
Yeah.
friend, I have a bookish friend who's in my book club she maintains that this is the best book she's ever read. And I know she's read so many books, and I just like I'm afraid to tell her I didn't like it that much. Like
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, like I think I'm gonna rate it 3 stars. Because like I've liked books that I've rated 3.5 more. I've liked books that I've rated 4 stars
Mm-hmm.
and more. Like, there's just so much going on. And by the time I got to this book, I was like, I need this to be over. I don't care that much. Like, I want to know what happens. So I kept reading and I liked it. And, like, it's got good parts. But, like, when we get to the
Mm-hmm.
big conflict at the end, it's kind of like I used the word easy before, but it just kind of seemed like quick and like from a
Yeah.
writing standpoint, like she just did it so easy. And I feel like she kind of backtracked a couple times with the like how some characters' stories could have gone. I don't know, like
Yeah.
and how she can't like it's a weird thing to say, but like she can't kill off any main characters. Like she can't do it. And like
Well, she killed off Sam, who was your favorite, so.
she did kill off Sam, that was my favorite. And that's like I don't know. And I wonder why that's why like Assassin's Blade is my favorite book, I think, in the whole thing because there's so much emotion in there. With
Yeah.
this, it's like the only feeling I had was like suspense and then like, oh,
Yeah.
oh,
That's
okay.
true.
And then like yeah, I do get emotional with the friendship bits and everything, and she does have some good pockets in here, but like most of it I feel like I didn't want to read it and I was skimming a
Yeah.
lot in this book. So I think it's a 3. It's got good
Yeah,
parts, but
that's
it's also got some not great parts for me.
yeah, I think that's fair. I think for me there was a little bit of confusion to the the magic and the gates of it all. I felt
Yeah.
like that part was a little bit rushed.
Yeah,
Like we
it was rushed.
yeah, we had so much build up and then it was like I was trying to like piece it together of like what just happened because that was only like 3 pages long of like the biggest thing that was to
Yeah.
happen and I just couldn't piece it together. I did really like the ending. I loved all of the like reunions and all of that stuff. And I really was like attached to everyone, so there was a lot of a suspense. But like you said, I mean, didn't really like amount to anything. Like nobody
Mm-hmm.
died that I like
Care
had
about?
like very strong feelings towards.
Yeah.
But yeah, so all in all, I would give this one a 4 just
Mm-hmm.
because I love the series as a whole. I really do.
Yeah.
I think this book, I don't know. I just think you just get to the end, right? And it's like this series has had so many twists and turns over and over and over again. And then it's like you get to the end and your expectations are like really high. Like
Yes.
really, really high. So I think that's part of the problem. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, it was just it has to come to a close, you know? Like
Yeah.
everything has to end, and I just think like there was so much to tie up
Yeah.
that it just ended up being a lot.
Yeah.
But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, overall I'd give this one a 4. My favorite of the series, I would say, is definitely Queen of Shadows. That book was
Yeah. That book was so good.
insane. Like insane. Um, but yeah, this one's a 4. It's great. I liked it, but not my favorite of the series for sure.
Yeah.
So,
Solid. We got a 3 and a 4.
yeah, but
Yeah. No notes. I mean, I have
no
lots of
notes.
notes, but not for that review.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
do we have time for the would you rather or no?
I don't think we have time. I
Okay.
also didn't write it.
We'll skip it. Um,
We'll do it whenever we do superlatives.
yeah, yeah.
It's in the same
Okay.
kind of grouping.
Yeah. So
So,
stay tuned. We'll be talking about Throne of Glass for
it's not over.
a
I don't
long
feel like
time.
this is over.
Yeah, this is one of the best series I've ever read, so it's gonna
Yeah.
become my whole personality.
It will be back. I'm so proud of you
I'm
for finishing it. I can't believe we've both done it. Now we can both talk freely about it. I feel so much
I
weight off my chest.
I
It
know.
happened.
I'm so excited because I've been avoiding everything. Like the
Yeah.
merch and just like posts on Bookstagram. Like I'm so nervous that I'll like see a quote or something that
Mm-hmm.
means a lot or that I'll just stumble upon something I'm not supposed to see
Yeah.
and because I mean, people should be able to post about it freely. It's been out for
A
how
long
long?
time.
But
But
like yeah, I was so scared, but now I get to be a part of it. Like I get to look at all the
yes.
memes and like just have fun.
The memes are so good.
I can't
The memes
imagine.
are so funny. I can't wait to send you some. They're so good.
Yes. I'm so
Yeah.
excited about the memes.
Everybody should send the Double Booked Pod Instagram their favorite Throne of Glass memes because I know there are
Yes,
some. And I have
please
some favorites.
do.
They're so good. We'll post some.
Please do.
They're awesome. Now that we're free
Yes.
to do so. So, speaking of social media, you can find us on Instagram, which is doublebooked_pod. You can find us on TikTok, which is double_booked_pod. So follow us there to be part of our bookish community. Hear more of our thoughts. More of our little. We have clips, we have reels of noteworthy moments that we think are noteworthy anyway. You could follow us and subscribe wherever you're listening or watching. So that's Spotify or Apple Podcasts or YouTube. Search for Double Booked Podcast with our logo. It's a little beige logo, 2 little girls sitting at a table. Cartoon. Although we have big plans for a photo shoot. Well, I have big plans. I have personal big plans. So subscribe there, comment, like, leave a rating, leave a review, tell all your pals so we can grow our little community. We're having a great time and we're so happy you're here.
Yeah. And we got some fun episodes coming up for June. So this is our first June episode. Next week, we will be giving you our summer TBR lists. So stay tuned for that. That'll be super fun. And then the last 2 episodes in June, we're doing a summer book club. So Mallory has picked a summer-ish read. Like, I want more just plain old romance.
Yeah.
But we both kind of picked a summery read. A book we'd like to read in the summer.
I would read
it
this
doesn't
in the
necessarily Yes, it doesn't have
Yeah.
to be like about summer.
Yeah.
So we've each picked one and we've mailed them to each other. We don't know what's in the package
Still don't
yet.
know.
So yeah, we're gonna be opening those soon and surprising each other, but we're both gonna read each pick. So
Yeah.
Mallory's pick will come first, and then my pick will be the next episode after that. And I'm very excited. Mallory is kind of nervous that we picked the same book, but I don't
know.
think
I just
we
have
did.
a feeling. I really wonder
I don't
if we
think
did.
we did.
I'd love for you to give me a hint, like a one-word hint.
I really can't give you a hint though. Like,
I can't either, because it would
the
probably
hint-
give it away.
okay, so the hint for mine is like it's a very, very, very popular romance book. And I have never read it before, which is just shocking. And I don't think you've read it based upon your Goodreads. And
my Goodreads
like,
is accurate.
I truly don't know what it's about. I just know that it is so popular and that I've never read it before.
Okay, well,
And
like,
I've read a
based
lot
on
of
the-
romance, so
Yeah. Was it recent?
no. It's not recent.
Okay. Like,
It's an old book, but everybody raves about it.
okay, then never mind. We definitely didn't, because I think mine's more recent. It's still another popular
Okay.
romance, but
That's
I don't
good.
think it's that popular, and it's not old. So I think we're safe.
Okay.
think we're in
Yeah,
the
I'm
clear.
curious. Okay, wait, maybe I could give you a hint I'm curious as to when mine was published. Because I know it's a pretty old.
Like,
One.
pretty old? What do you mean?
No, like not pretty old, but it's definitely
Mine-
not like recent.
Mine was published in
yours
2023.
Okay. Mine was
So-
published in 2018.
Okay, interesting.
So like, yeah,
I
like
have an
7
idea.
years ago. You
I have an idea of what it is.
No, I don't want you to guess it.
I'm
Mallory's
not
is
gonna
actually
guess it right now.
at her mailbox right now, so she needs to go get it.
Yeah, I need to. No, it's not that then. Never mind. It's what I thought. It's not what I thought it was. Anyway, okay. I have to stop guessing.
Okay.
It's my biggest flaw. I can't let anything be a surprise. I have to figure it out first.
I know, me too. I'm like that
It's
too.
not good.
Well, just like the King's Flame. Figure it
Yeah.
out.
Figure it out. Meant
And I
to be
think
a big
I spoiled
reveal.
it for everyone on the previous episode, so I'm sorry.
No, I don't think so. I mean, it's on the cover.
It's obvious. Like, it's just,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but it was obvious.
It's okay.
I'm really not that smart. It was just very obvious. But anyway.
I didn't get it, but I'm also not that smart. So,
Yeah, but did yours have these covers, or did yours have the older ones?
yeah, it did.
Oh, okay. I was curious, because there's a lot of different covers for these.
By the way, I know we're like done, but I don't like those other covers at all. I think they're stupid.
Oh, the one of, like, the assassin on the front? No, I don't like them.
No, I don't like it at all. I think they're cringy.
These ones are super cute.
I would not pick those up.
These ones are
I definitely
very cute.
judge a book by its cover. I wouldn't read those. But,
Yeah,
ew,
100%.
gross. No, thank you.
100%. We need to make that an episode.
That's
Like,
a good idea.
We should do that, like judge a book by its cover, and we just
Yeah,
look at covers of books and decide whether or not we would read them or not.
that's a good
Like
idea.
if we saw them in the bookstore. That would be fun.
That Nevernight series that I read, then I loved so much, I would not have picked that book up because it's like got a weird cover. I would not have picked that up.
I've seen them on your Goodreads. Like,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh, that's a weird cover. Yeah, isn't that funny though? We used to just go to the bookstore and literally pick up a book. We knew nothing
about it. Would not even read it. Cute cover, I'm getting it.
We knew nothing about it. Like, there wasn't this whole, like, community of, like, oh, yeah, this one's good. Don't waste your time on this one. Blah, 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 blah.
There were
like,
no recommendations.
we're
We were
doing
each
a
other's
public service here. Like, holy.
Yeah. We were each other's
But-
like personal library and recommendation system. That was it. That's all we had.
Yeah. But judging a book by its cover is not easy anymore because
It's really not.
sometimes these cartoony books be a little treacherous. Like, could you imagine if we were like in high school, like in like middle school, and we like
Picked up some of these books. I'd be
I'm
like,
nervous.
yeah.
Like, I'm nervous. I'm nervous to be a parent someday. Like, I really am. I am nervous.
Any kid of ours would be so, like, we'd be on top of their books. Like,
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to be the mom that like reads her kids books before she reads them. Like,
yeah. We'll set
Or
them
he
up
or
with a
she.
Goodreads, like, at birth. That would be awesome, by the way. Like, a lifelong Goodreads.
all the Magic Treehouse, Judy B. Jones, just eating it up.
Perfect.
Like,
I love
my
that.
gosh, that'd be
Well,
amazing.
It's actually a really good idea.
That's a great idea. All the
Okay.
baby books, like
All of
that'd
them.
be so
Yeah,
fun.
they're all on there. By the way, the sun
Yeah.
right now, I need to leave. I need to be done. This is insane.
Okay. Yeah, we need to be done. So stay tuned for what the summer book picks will be and read along with us.
Yeah.
Oh, I was like going into the outro and it just like wouldn't go. But yeah, so until next time, happy reading.
Bye.
Bye.